This is the Hohem V3 and I believe it's the best smartphone gimbal today. Nowadays, smartphone gimbals are not that useful, or are they? When it comes to stabilizing your footage, well, I believe they're not, since most of modern smartphones, well, they're pretty stable. I can use my iPhone 14 Pro handheld and walk around and I still get relatively good stable footage. So why buying this gimbal in 2024? Well, I believe that this gimbal nowadays is more than just a gimbal. It is actually one of the best content creation tools. Before I go ahead and tell you why I think this is the best content creation tool and talk about all the amazing features that the V3 have, I want to show you what was in the box. There was a Type-C cable to charge the device. We have an instruction manual. By the way, this instruction manual, it is very clever. It's all with graphics and makes it really easy to learn all the features and how to control this gimbal. Look at all these graphics. It's very simple, and in case something is not clear, you can scan the QR in different sections that will explain with more detail how to use this gimbal. We also have a carrying bag, and I believe this is the right choice because it is a smartphone gimbal. It's light and it's meant to be easy to carry around with you. And yeah, a carrying bag is just good enough. You do not need a hard case. And here is the gimbal. Look at this, next to an iPhone 13 mini. This is a very small phone. And look at how in size, it is almost the same size, so it's easy to take this in your pocket. Another thing that I want to talk about is the build quality. Even though it's plastic, it is really good quality. And you can feel a little bit of weight, even though it's very small. It really looks like it's very good put together. And look at this, we have a very strong metal hinge in here. You probably noticed that there is not included tripod with this gimbal. And it also got my attention, but there is a very good reason why there is not a tripod. Take a look at this. The tripod is built into the handle of the gimbal. Now, it is very small, maybe not as stable as an actual tripod, but check this out, this is amazing. Now, when I open the gimbal, here is the other really cool feature about the V3. It's a telescopic handle, so you can use it for both vlogging or as a stand. And you can see that when I put it on a table in front of me, it reaches eye level, actually even a little bit taller. I need to bring it down just a little bit. By the way, it is really easy to mount a smartphone. Check this out, just put it in there and basically you turn it on. And that's it, you're ready to go. You probably notice here on top of the gimbal and where you mount the phone that there is a very small device. Now, this is key. Basically, this is both a camera and a light. Let me show you how it works.
So for example, I want to film myself making a cup of coffee. I give the V3 the sign and it only takes like 1 or 2 seconds and now it's tracking me. Now, regardless of which app you're using, in this case I'm using the iPhone inbuilt camera app, so I'm not going into the Hohem app and it's still tracking me perfectly. Let's say for example I come here to the fridge and I'm gonna grab some cream for my coffee and then I'm gonna walk here to the coffee machine, turn around and I can make a cup of coffee and I don't need a cameraman to follow me around with the camera. I can just use the V3 for the whole scene.
The good thing about this tracking device is that it's also a light and you can also use it on either way. You can have it on selfie mode or for someone else, for tracking some other people or for when using the main camera. But in this case, I'm using it with the selfie camera. And one cool thing about it is that it's also a light. So you press and hold the joystick. And if the light is not powerful enough, you have a dedicated wheel to adjust the light. And you can see this is quite powerful in a situation in which you may not have too much light, like going to a bar at night or walking on a dark street or a dark alleyway. This is gonna make a big difference. And you can also change the temperature on the light from cold to warm to better match your environment. As an example, I turn off all the lights in my living room. Now the window is still open and it's daytime, so there is quite a lot of light. But just for you to check the difference, if you have the lights, this is at like 50%, This is 100%, it's candelating. So imagine if you are at night, you can see I'm casting a shadow on the wall. So if you plug in at night in a situation which is quite dark, the light is gonna come very helpful. In case you don't want to use the tracking, you can also control the gimbal from the joystick that, yeah, is very small, lightweight, and the battery charges automatically from the gimbal itself. So when you detach it, which is, by the way, is magnetic, well, it's very easy to use. You can control the direction of the gimbal from the joystick. And as a matter of fact, it's not just the direction of the gimbal, you can actually control every single setting in this gimbal, since there are 5 buttons plus the joystick in here, and there are also like some LED light indicators as well. Once you're done with it, you can see you have connectors, and you can bring it back into the gimbal for storage and charging. I am now at a very busy shopping mall right outside a coffee shop. I have mounted the V3 with an inbuilt tripod with a telescopic handle fully extended, so it kind of matches better to my height. It's right now on top of the table, so well, that makes it a little bit taller. Here is the thing. I have used the remote control to start recording and to more or less frame myself. Now, the remote control is actually very useful, and I can use it from quite some distance. As you can see, by the way, this is very noisy. I'm using the Hohem microphone, which, by the way, can be mounted in combination with the V3, because the V3 have this special design that allows to mount microphones easily. For example, if I now want to move around, I just give it the gesture, and now it's tracking me. I can go inside the coffee shop, for example, go somewhere around here, and maybe sit down, have a cup of coffee while I keep talking, and then the camera is tracking me. It's like having a cameraman. And if, for example, I just want to vlog, I can grab it and walk around with it. And I don't need to worry about if I'm on frame. I know I'm on frame. I'm very confident with this AI tracking on the Hohem V3. And it's not only keeping me on frame, it's also keeping the horizon straight, which is also very important while vlogging. So I don't need to worry about all these things. I just walk and do my thing, like I'm doing right now. I'm just walking around, and I can basically show you the shopping mall, the people around me. Yeah. The telescopic handle is also good at separating the camera from myself. So instead of using the 0.5 camera on my iPhone, I can use the 1x camera that is actually much better. Okay guys, before I sign out, I want to make a quick disclaimer. Even though I have worked with Hohem in the past, I have done some of the workshops for some of the exhibitions, but this review is entirely my own opinion. They have sent me the gimbal for free, but they did not pay me, they did not tell me what to say. Everything I say is by my own testing and my own experience by using this gimbal. And I honestly think that this is probably the best gimbal ever made, and it's gonna be very hard to top out unless someone copies this. By the way, the whole time I've been also using the Hohem microphone, and this is a very good combination for anybody who creates content like me on YouTube or pretty much anywhere. So you can easily move around. If you are a travel blogger or whatever, you're gonna get a stand, a gimbal that you can control with a remote control. They have gesture controls and a microphone that is very smart. I actually reviewed this microphone a while back. I strongly recommend you to watch that review because it is really worth it. Okay guys, with that I finished this review. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the gimbal, also what you think about the microphone. Like I said, if you haven't watched the review, click in there, go watch it now. I think it is maybe the ultimate content creation tool that you can buy right now in the market. Okay guys, that's it for me today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios amigos.